Well, in recent weeks, we have all spent more time than ever seeing our friends over the fence. But as we enter week 9 of lockdown, have you become a better or a worse neighbour? I imagine you're a very good neighbour.
Not always. A couple of houses ago, I actually sold it to get away from my neighbours, because you know you're not allowed to declare. If you declare or have a problem, you've got to declare it when you sell your house. So I thought, oh no, I'll just sell my house and not say anything. But the house I'm in now, I'm really, really close friends with my next door neighbour. And, you know, we kind of knew each other, but largely it's because her husband died and she was left with 3 quite young children. And so me and other people in the area, other friends of hers, sort of descended. She called the drive-by shepherd's pie, where she'd open the door and somebody just left something on the doorstep, because, you know, when you're grief-stricken, you just... I can't cook, as we all know. So my thing was I did a lot of her paperwork and stuff like that, because I'm quite organised. So, and we've stayed firm friends ever since. So I went to her son's wedding very recently before lockdown.
Wow.
And I'm, you know, pleased to declare that she has met somebody else 10 years later. She's getting married in October, and I'm hoping that that wedding is going to be able to go ahead, because we still don't know.
Sounds familiar, Denise? I mean, I imagine you're really social. You're a sociable lady.
Oh, I am quite social, but... Right, OK, so we have... It's sort of like a street with a bit of gaps in it. And here, I'm pointing to here. On this side, I do know my neighbours because it's my dentist.
Oh.
So my dentist, Steve, and his lovely wife, Minu, live here. But again, we've hardly seen them. But we bumped into them on the street the other day, and Steve was telling us how much he loved lockdown because he doesn't really like people. And Lincoln was going, I'm exactly the same, Steve. Not that he's a Geordie, he's a Londoner, but anyway, the accent. But on this side, I'm sure that they're absolutely lovely, but we don't know them at all. Right. We haven't even seen them banging any pans. Not that I'm not saying that they haven't been out, but I missed a week because I physically couldn't be out there banging. But we just haven't really seen. I think that in the neighbourhood, I would say that I have started having more chats with people. But I think that, Jane, don't you have like a group on yours?
Yeah, we've got in our street, post-lockdown, that somebody set up a group WhatsApp so that if there was anybody in need in the street or whatever, that we could all kind of help each other. So there's been sort of like swapping of jigsaws and stuff. You see, that would be Lincoln's idea of hell on earth, to be on a group WhatsApp. He is more likely to be on a group skydiving chat than he would be on a group WhatsApp neighbourhood chat. The isolator reigns supreme. Socially isolating since 1989.
But you're quite new to where you live,
I've only just moved into where my previous house, I used to have poker nights with my neighbours. They were fabulous. You know, and my daughter would look after their kid if they're going out and stuff.
Yeah.
But now I've moved to my new house, and I moved in just kind of after I started being a loose woman, and so I wasn't really confirmed. So I'd go out, and he'd see me going, leaving at whatever time in the morning to come here. And then one time he saw me, he says, so what do you do? And I was like, oh, a bit of this, a bit of that, because I didn't really want to say too much. And then I came home from one of the shows, and he says, oh, a bit of this and a bit of that. I saw you on the telly, so you're... And I was like, oh, OK. And then we started a whole debrief meeting of what the show was about that day, and went through that. He's lovely. They're a lovely family, I'm sure, but I've not known them that long to interact with them in.
Do you wish that you were living somewhere that you'd been for a long time whilst going through something like this, just knowing that you can knock on a neighbour's door and ask for help and that sort of thing? Well, it's quite comforting to a lot of people.
But I do wish that I had, you know, it would be nice to think. You see so many videos of the neighbours pulling the fences and this, that, to try and get
Lincoln would have banged nails into that.
Denise, what do you like? What do you think of the whole idea of obviously we have to stay social distancing, but that's, you know, the whole idea of the fence panels going up and all that sort of thing, so you can chat. Have you seen the video where they flip the fence down and make it into a table?
That's what I'm saying. Lincoln would have banged it through.
He would have nailed it.
Have you seen that one? Have you seen that one with the comedian Will Hislop?
No.
Where he stood outside on his clap for carers night, and he's mouthing, have you seen her at number 11? She's all fur coat. No, Nick, look at him, you can just imagine. Look at his face.
Oh no. Oh no, the judgment.
God,
The judgment. The judgment. Right.
I was telling Andrea earlier about that, girls. I was telling Andrea about that guy, and Andrea was going, oh, as if I really had a neighbour who was stood there going, number 10. I'm going, he's a comedian, Andrea.
Oh, thanks for clarifying.